Hello, everybody.
You always say that in your life. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. What else am I supposed to say? Get out of here.
Why are you even here? Okay, ready? Okay, so we know now not to yell in these.
I just have it clipped down here, so hopefully that's a good distance. Should I be holding it? Is it better?
Well, we got these microphones.
Test.
I think it's okay as long as you're not rubbing it.
Okay. So holding it's better?
Yeah, let's see.
Holding it's better?
Testing.
Ooh.
That is kind of crisp.
That sounds good.
Testing. That is kind of crisp. Oh, I kind of hated these microphones when I first tried them out, but I think they're okay as long as it's not too close to your face.
If it's the right distance. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me know if you guys like the quality of the sound on this video, and I probably won't continue. Hello! We have a few really cool things to do today. Hi, Naomi. She says, Esco, hi. Oh, wait, not Naomi, sorry. Nayam. I don't know how to pronounce that. Hi, Irina. Hi, Kawas. Hi, Bryce. Hi, Karina. Hi, Todd. Hi, Kaya. Okay, I know we are later today. There was a lot of stuff that we were doing, but I did prepare with notes this time, and if you stick along for the whole video, we are going to do some improv at the end because Esco was like, what did you say?
I was traveling here, right? And I almost died in the car crash. So I was like, I want to do improv before I die. So we got to do this. Like we got a flat tire and we only need to go like 4 more miles. So we just kept going, ignoring the tire. And it got worse and worse until the tire just completely blew off. And then we kept going with the whole car skidding to the side. And we almost went off at the edge of the road. It's improv.
I was like, how come you didn't tell me this? Thank you for the donation, Ashley. How come you didn't tell me this? I'm hoping that this microphone isn't too annoying, you guys. But I feel like it's better quality than it was before. But just let me know. Actually, can you say testing in yours?
What I think it is if you're going to be all quiet, you need to hold it closer. But if you're going to be really loud, you need to hold it far away.
Yeah, okay. So as long as
that's
you can control that.
Like, during improv.
Just pull it away so it doesn't bother anyone. Hi, Val. I think you're going to like this live because we're going to be talking about psychology and a term in psychology called operant conditioning. So we're going to be talking about that, but stay till the end of the video because we're going to be fulfilling Esco's lifelong dream of doing improv at the end of the video. So we actually wrote down some improv ideas that we're going to do, but if you guys can think of one by the end of this video that you would like us to act out, be thinking of them.
But don't get offended if we don't do it because we're not good at this.
Yeah, we've never done this before. But I do want to say, guess whose birthday it is today?
Whoever can guess it, I would be very impressed.
Whoever can guess it, Esco will do whatever improv you tell him to do. Even if it's like flashing the camera.
I did not agree with this.
Getting demonetized. No, so I'll give you a hint. This person sleeps with their sisters, is married to them, has kids with them.
Like everyone's saying, is it Esco?
It's not Esco.
Mine was last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
December 11th. He's a Sagittarius though too. But no, this this person has multiple wives. He is a cult leader. Some might call him the man on the watchtower. There you go. Love cultured.
Who was the first one? Oh, Kyle. Kyle was the. Oh wait, no, Matthew.
Matthew got it too. Matthew
wow. Like a lot of you know your prophets out there. Wow.
Is my microphone not working? Hang on 1 second. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Not working. Hang on 1 second. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. It's working.
Yeah, it works. Right. What, someone says it's not working?
Maybe I'm holding it too far away. Denise is here. Hi, Denise.
What's up,
Hi,
Denise?
Emily. Crappy birthday to Paul. I love that. Crappy birthday, Paul, you father mucker.
Does anyone know how old he is?
Too old. He should be dead. Let's make a wish for you that you die next year. Just his kids will get mad at me for saying that. Oh, but we all are thinking it. Okay, so before we do the improv, let's talk for a second about the operant conditioning. Okay, so we're going to define operant conditioning first. The definition of operant conditioning is a process in which humans and animals learn to behave. And the reason why I want to bring this up is it collides so much into who we all are as individuals based off of how we were conditioned as children. So I'm going to give an example of pro conditioning and con conditioning. So like there's positive conditioning and negative conditioning. There's multiple conditioning, but today we're just talking about operant conditioning. And so positive conditioning of operant conditioning is like, for example, if when Esco's a kid, he does the dishes and his mom gives him his favorite snack. But con or negative conditioning would be if you don't do the dishes and you get a spanking. Right?
So operative conditioning is basically a type of persuasive way to convince someone to do something.
Yeah, it for a lot of us, it structures our belief on a certain task or on a certain thing from our childhood. Like, so I was watching videos, and I'll leave this video in the description box down below if you guys are interested in watching it. But there was this whole study that was done on dogs where they were conditioning the dogs with a bell. Have you ever heard of this? Uh-huh. So when they would give the dog a treat, they would ring a bell at the same time. If they did that so many times that when they would ring the bell without the treat, then the dog would get excited. Even though the bell has nothing to do with the treat, but because they did it every single time, it had an effect on the dog.
And that's what operative conditioning is.
It's a form of conditioning, right? So but we're talking about operant conditioning, which is like basically you get a reward or a negative benefit.
So a reward or a consequence, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so with this, as children, a lot of us, actually all of us, were probably raised with a positive conditioning or a negative conditioning. Maybe you had parents that were really good at rewarding you for doing good behaviors, or you had parents who would abuse you when you did the behaviors that they didn't like. So
or then, when you didn't do what they wanted you to do.
Yeah, exactly. So my point in saying this is, I'm going to say, for example, for me, being in a cult and being raised in a cult, a lot of the times when I would speak up and say things that were against the cult or have opinions against the cult, I would have very negative conditioning towards me, so that I in turn had in my brain, this is a negative thing to be doing by talking out, by speaking my opinion. So I did it less, right? Because that's their goal, is that you're going to do it less because you're going to be treated in a negative way. So when what I've noticed with a lot of people who come from these cults, when they leave, they think that they have they tell people that they are shy or that they have a shy personality type. But 9 times out of 10, it was because they were abused, beat, or had this negative conditioning towards them because while they were having opinions or, like speaking against what the norm was in the cult, right?
Not even just speaking against. I remember being terrified being around someone of authority, like someone that was above me. And if you just say the wrong thing, it's not just about talking about something that they don't believe in, but if you say something that they take it offensively or they get offended by, then you can get in trouble just because they have more authority over you. So it's like for example, around dad, it's like you're always tiptoeing and you have to be very careful because he doesn't need a reason. He doesn't have to go back to his book of rules and be like, oh, you broke this rule. If he's just in a mood or if he's just upset, he has all the authority and the power to take it out on you. And so you can't know for sure if you're going to get in trouble or not. So you just always are, walking on eggshells.
Yeah. Well, and because whenever dad would say, we need to talk or come sit down and talk with me, there was always a negative conversation. So when I got into my adopted family, whenever the dad said, hey, come tell me about your day or come talk with me, I instantly associated that with a negative thing. And I was very uncomfortable. I was very...
Still to this day, I do this. Like, very recently, I just had my boss be like, hey, we need to, get on a phone call and have a meeting and talk about a few things. And I thought I was going to get fired. I thought I was in so much trouble. And he just wanted to talk about work and about business. And I was like, whew, yeah. in so much trouble. But it's just that I was so used to that always being
I had a boss that literally said, hey, Amanda, can you come to my office? And I was like, okay, I'm getting fired. She gave me a raise. And I was like, what? Marky says, did anyone else's parents call spankins lickins? Yep, we did. Okay, you got 3. When we would go to church, Mom didn't like making scenes, so if she did this, that meant you're getting 1 licking when we get home. You do 2 lickings when you get home. So I remember when I got more defiant, I would be like back at her, and then she'd be like,
Oh man.
But yeah, we did say lickens. So my whole point in this conditional, and I like that you gave examples too. The point is, because we came from a cult, yes, we have a lot of these conditionings and like we take on these personality traits that are not really our personality, it's from our childhood. But I've noticed more and more people that I meet out here that are shy or take on this persona of being shy or reserved or whatever. A lot of the times it's similar. They had something happen in their childhood that made them feel like they couldn't have a voice or couldn't speak up. Which I'm not saying everyone. Some people maybe are naturally introverted. I don't know. But my homework for you guys for today, you have homework now, is take like 5 personality traits that you have. Things that you know about yourself, like, oh, I'm shy, I don't like this, or I like this, or whatever. Take these 5 personality traits that you know you have and ask yourself, is this something that I've developed, or is this something that I've been carrying from childhood? And then ask yourself, does this habit or personality trait serve me or hurt me?
Oh, that's a good point. I have an idea too that I want to get your opinion on this too. When you're ready.
Okay, then just the last thing on this. So that's what the conditioning, but also because I was talking to you about how when a person, like that inner voice that you have, the inner voice that we have that talks to yourself, we all have them, right? The person that says, oh, you did good today, or oh, why did you do that? You know, it's usually people say we are our worst critic, right? But that inner voice, is it negative or is it positive? And if you can think back to like your earliest memories of how your parents talked to you or talked at you, if your inner voice is still that voice that your parents used to talk at you.
Whoa.
Like I noticed that it was my mom, because my mom a lot of the times was like, oh, you know, not to say that my mom was a terrible person, but she didn't have hope for me in school. She would be like, oh, you won't make it past a week in college. She really talked down to me about education. So when I went to school, I my first time trying, I dropped out in a month because that was still being repeated in my brain.
And that made it past a week though.
And I was like, hey, I won. But I think that as adults, we kind of just adapt to that inner voice without even realizing that it was never really our inner voice. It was what voice was talking at us. But see, also, if you had a good childhood and all of these things are positive things, that's a good thing. And that's something you should carry on, right? But if these things are from childhood that are affecting you negatively, it's the first step is to acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. I feel like there's so many comments and I'm just like ranting. My mom made everything my fault. Yep. So again, not to talk mad poo-poo on my mom, but I will tell you that I think that my mom had a lot of stuff happen to her when she was a kid, and it was kind of recycled as she was a young adult.
Well, she was still a kid when she was
having us, so. Yeah. And so when you don't work through those traumas as an adult, it gets passed on to your kids. Have you heard of, I wrote this down actually because someone wrote this in my comments. They said that the Project Monarch, someone said this, and I don't know how true this is. There's literally a comment, but I thought it was so interesting. One of you guys said that monarch butterflies take 3 generations to get from like Canada to Mexico. There is like generations of them getting down
migrating over there.
Okay. Yeah, and the government did this Project Monarch and it basically they were trying to state that sometimes like in these cults, it can be a generational thing of brainwashing. So like if your parents were used to just following the one above, and their parents and their parents and their parents were not used to like thinking for themselves, then you are less likely to think for yourself. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But we were also talking about how we both believe something happens when you hit 25. Today we were talking about that. Mm-hmm. That 25 is that age when your brain is finally like developed and you're like, what am I doing?
The biggest difference I noticed for me is that all the way up till I was 24, there were so many things where I would ask a question, get an answer, and just would move on. Whether I wouldn't always be totally content with the answer, but it would be like good enough. But I swear, when I turned 25 is when I was like, that's a horrible answer, way more. And I would just be like, no, that's not even a good answer. Like there has to be more to these questions. There has to be more to actually really understand what it is that we're doing in this life, you know?
Yeah. And so I realized that too at 25. I was like, I can't keep living my life just hoping that this is this is going to be enough.
Mhm.
Like I have to start
Exactly.
living more true to myself because I have so much that I want to experience.
Well, and you start seeing how amazing this life is, how much opportunity there is, that it's like, why would you just not look at that? Why would you just like blind yourself to all of these other things, all these other aspects of life when it's so great and so much out there for you to explore? And you're just not going to do that? You're not going to go and enjoy the world?
Yeah. Well, like, because you think of religion, a lot of people in religion, it restricts you from so much because you get this ticket to heaven by restricting so hard. But then when you get to 25 and you really think about all aspects of everything, you're like, is it really worth spending this entire life on a hope that these people that are human also, just like me, are right about the afterlife?
Well, and I loved how Matt Rife said it in his interview. He's a comedian, but he said that this world is so great and there's so many great things to go do that why would you waste your time just like focusing on, someone getting upset at you or something that you can't do or whatever, and just like let that eat at you when you can just go and live your life.
Have you heard of the controversy of Matt Rife?
There's a lot, but I'm just saying in this quote that he said, I really liked it because his point is that a lot of people are getting mad at him, right? Because he said a joke, but it's like there are thousands of other comedians out there. It's like just turn a different direction. Like you don't have to let it ruin your day. There's so much great things in the world.
What the thing was though is that it was a lot of women who primarily watched him, and then he was consistently making jokes bashing women and talking about abuse towards women. Yeah. So then the women are like, well, these aren't funny.
Yeah, I don't even know what the joke is. I'm not at all saying whatever he did was what I think of it. All I'm saying is if you don't like what he did, then there's so many great things out there. Like go and focus on those, right?
Yeah. Well, going back to, because it looks like a lot of you guys have had these issues with your mothers. Not like someone said.
Can I share my thought on that then? Because
the mother. Or what?
No, because I had something I want to get your opinion on about the whole conditioning thing.
Okay, yeah.
Do we have time to go into that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get your guys' opinion too, because this is one thing that if you watch my channel as well, I'm trying to like investigate a lot more on it's hard to say this because the aspects of this world and of people in this life that isn't in the traditional cult that I come from. Because I noticed that there's lots of similarities in just any regular civilization that kind of remind me a lot of the cult background that I grew up in. But with that being related to this conditioning, I feel like with a lot of parents, they have that option to do the positive conditioning, like rewarding and letting them know all the good they did, versus the negative conditioning, which is punishing. But so many parents have this issue of being consistent, and they'll only reward when they're high energy, when they're really focused on the kids. But the one thing that they never are not consistent about is the punishments, because that is something that they can always do, and it's just right. It's like kind of the easier way.
And it's a temper thing too.
Exactly, yeah, and it just gets in their mind, I guess. But it's just so many people, whether you're in a cult or not, I feel like I've been noticing a lot of people talk about how that negative conditioning or those negative ways of raising kids tend to be more common. And my thought is that a lot of the times that they aren't being consistent, that consistency with the way you want to raise your child. If you have a long day at work or have a hard day, and then it's just easier to punish instead.
I have a question then for you, because you're sounding like there's like positive and negative conditioning and it needs to be consistent. Do you think that you could healthily raise a child in a healthy way using mostly or all positive conditioning?
Oh yeah, I think that should be the goal. But we're human, so I think it's very more likely that we're going to fall short of that. But that's why I think your goal should be that, so that if you do slip up, then at least you're like trying your best to like have it mostly be positive conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Because that should be the goal. I don't see why you couldn't raise a great kid with positive conditioning.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, because I feel like for me as a kid, and maybe a lot of kids are different, but the negative conditioning made me act out more. And I got to the point where it didn't matter if there was positive or negative attention when I was younger. I just wanted attention. And a lot of times it was easier to get negative attention.
Oh yeah.
So then a lot of times you'll have kids that are acting out because that's the only way they can get attention from you. Mm-hmm. And yes, you get abused more in that scenario, but the kid is getting that attention that they need because kids need attention in development. Mm-hmm. But if you are a parent who's really good at giving that positive attention, that positive affirmation, those positive things that are honestly skills that they are going to need their entire life, then they're not going to have to go to therapy and unravel what we've had to unravel, right?
Mm-hmm. Because I think it could also go into a whole other category of trust. When you use positive conditioning, I think it's a lot easier to be able to be held accountable. And like if you tell your kids you're going to get something for doing dishes and you actually do that with a positive conditioning, that I think it's easier to stay consistent and actually do it. But the negative one is so attached to emotion and anger that sometimes it's just lashing out, a completely different punishment than what we would have regularly gave them doing what they did. And then to me, I remember feeling like that made me lose my trust in my parents, or not even just parents, just the people that were over me. When they would just lash out and it was just unreasonable what they were doing, then it's like I couldn't trust them to even stick to their word or stick to the way that they were trying to live their life.
This is also a good point too, is like you do start to be afraid of your parents and not trusting them when there is so much negative conditioning. Mm-hmm. So then in that way, you're gonna lie. And you're not going to tell them truth because you're not going to want
to get abused. Your survival instincts will start kicking through because you can't trust them. You're not in a safe environment anymore. So I feel like your brain is wired to start finding new solutions.
Yeah. And that's the sad thing is that's how you cope and survive as a kid. And then you go into an adult and you have these personality traits that no longer serve you, but they served you as a child. And so you have to like kind of pick through, oh, this is something from that no longer serves me anymore, throw that out. Like Jessica said this before. I've quoted this so many times, but she said that after she left the cult, she felt like in the cult, she had this it's like wearing a big winter jacket to get through the storm. And because there was always a storm in the order. And then she left and it's summer out here. Like you don't have to worry about those things, but she was carrying that winter jacket with her because that was how she survived in the order. Right.
Wow.
But it was weighing her down. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I know I look up to her so much. She brings so much perspective.
That's so cool.
And she's actually the first person to make me realize, oh my gosh, my inner voice is my mom. It's still there because when you're a baby, who's the first person talking to you, you know? And so it's good to reevaluate that inner voice. So if the only thing you get out of this video today is to reevaluate that voice and make sure that it's being kind to itself, because think of it this way too. How many times have you had a goal and you've achieved it by being super negative toward yourself? Versus how many times have you had a goal and you achieved it by being positive the whole way through? Mm-hmm. I think that it's so much more effective to do the positive route than the negative.
Oh, yeah.
But
I like that. Now, speaking of the inner voice in your head, though, do you think there's any people on this planet that don't have an inner voice? I've always wondered about that because I've lived since a baby. I've always had some inner dialogue, right?
When he was a baby, he was saying "goo goo gaga," and now he's like, "What happens when we die?"
No, but I just the way my brain works inside of my own consciousness is all I know. So it's like it's kind of hard to even ponder and wonder about if other people's might be different or if they might not have that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I talked to, I think it was Sam and Melissa, how they said that there are two different personality types that we know of. And like when you close your eyes and I say, picture a red star, do you actually like see a red star? Or do you just like, think of, because to
maybe
me, I'm like
words of a red star then?
Yeah. Well, I told her, I was like, I picture a red star. I can tell you like the details of what this red star looks. There's like really sharp corners.
So wait, so you're meaning picturing the image of a red star or picturing yourself picturing a red star?
No, just picture a red star. A red star.
Okay.
So when you close your eyes and picture that, do you see it?
This is interesting, this thing. Well, when I think of it right now, I just picture a red star floating, and in my head, I picture it in the sky because that's where I associate stars to.
So me and you are the same because we can picture it. Like I can picture it. Mine had sharp corners and there was creases in each edge.
Okay.
But for her, she was like, I can't picture it. What? And that to her, she was trying to explain that it's a different personality type that can picture it versus not.
So they just think of it in a different way then?
Well, she can think of it like that was on a TV screen.
Oh, she pictures it from some life experience where she's seen a red star then?
Yeah. I have to ask her to explain what the meaning was behind it again, but it meant something different about your personality and your creativity and your logical.
Was you there? This makes you think of that mind map that they have you go through, where they have you close your eyes and ask you questions about going through a forest. Was you there for that one?
Oh yeah, I think so. But see, Marky says, "LOL, I see nothing when I shut my eyes."
It's called the Fantasia.
What does that mean? Hi, Casey. She's like, I don't get notifications. Well, you didn't miss the best part. We're going to do improv in a little bit. Are you excited? Do you want to answer some of these questions first?
Okay, yeah.
He's scared that when we do improv, then he's not going to be able to come up with anything on the spot.
Well, here's the thing. I love improv, but one of the things that I like the most about improv is that the people that are performing improv, they just come with the stuff just out of nowhere, and they can go on, and they never get to that where they get stuck. I always get stuck, you know. I
watched improv where people got stuck, and if you get stuck, then I'll say something, and if I get stuck, you say something.
Yeah, I know, and this is our first time ever doing it, so I know we're gonna have some rough edges. Brooke says no inner voice. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, sweetie, no. Mine too. The biggest issue is that I don't self-motivate easily. And see, I think that goes right into a lot of the times it's easier to punish yourself instead of coming up with the ways to motivate yourself.
But you know why I think it's easier is because that if you were raised in that way, then
that's what you're used to, right? Yeah.
So you have to make active decisions every day to be more positive towards yourself, to do little things to get to the goals that you want to get. But yeah, it's not easy. The easy route is to do what you've been conditioned to do. But to break the cycle, you've got to do things differently. And it is hard, but you're going to benefit so much more. Motivation is hard too.
Dang. Crystal says, Amanda, you are the best.
I love Crystal.
I would second that. That's so nice. Yeah.
She's so sweet. She just had a birthday too. Everybody's a Sagittarius.
Wow. No inner monologue. My brain is such a chaotic place. The opposite is scary to me. I'm fascinated too, though. That's wild. See, that's one thing, though, that we probably will never get to experience. We will never get to be in the mind of somebody else and see the way their whole brain is wired. You know, all that.
That's why it's so cool. That's why I really think a root of why we are social creatures is because we want to be able to experience everything that this life has to offer. Mm-hmm. And what another person brings to the table is so much because it's a completely different perspective. But that's why I hate when people are in this cult mindset and they think that they are right and no one can prove them wrong and there's no perspective that anyone can bring them because they're in their way of their own success.
And that means that they are so short-minded. You know, they can't possibly take themselves out of their own brain for a little while. It's one thing, we can't put ourselves in someone else's brain and know exactly how they think. But you should be able to understand that your brain's not the only one that runs in this world.
Yeah. And your life experiences, yes, they're your life experiences, but you add value to the world in your own unique way. But doesn't that also mean that every person does too? You know? What?
Crystal says, Eskel, give Amanda a hug for me. But actually, one of the scenes in this improv, I'm going to be giving her an uppercut. So
you guys, I'm serious. Think of any improv ideas that you guys want us to act out. Because so far, we have 4 ideas. And I'm actually really excited about this. Are you ready? We can start with the easiest one.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we've gone to the bottom of these.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, we did just get a donation, though.
Oh, thank you. From who?
Is it Diane?
Diane L. We love Amanda. We love you too, Eskel.
So sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, guess what? Eskel's probably gonna join me for the next Cody reaction.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually,
I've been watching all of hers, and they're so interesting. You guys, you got to go watch them.
Isn't it interesting how he's so easy to pick out as a narcissist now that we know all the stuff that we know?
Well, and look, to me, it's like I'm just watching you, and like literally one of the scenes we'll be going through, and I'll be thinking of what I want to say about it, and then you'll go up and say that same thing, and it's just like,
you're like,
it's crazy. Yeah, it's so funny.
But it's interesting how it actually took a lot of people to realize that Cody was that way. But it's because he wasn't screaming narcissist in the beginning, but there were little hints. And even in some of these newer episodes, sorry to always be talking about Sister Wives, but I'm still watching it because of you guys. The next one is called The Knife and the Kidneys episodes because I saw your guys' comments.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see that the wives were talking about how this isn't the man I married, but in reality he was always that person. I think that they were conditioned maybe to think it was more normal, and then when they hit their like breaking point, they realized this is not worth eternity to be doing this.
But also, like, if it's anything like in The Order, then I feel like you should be able to know someone can be putting up a front.
Oh yeah,
they could be trying to put on a show and not seeing the real them till a while later. But
yeah, he just reminded me so much of an Order member, and that's how I saw through it, because he reminded me like Paul and Jesse and all of these numbered men that were very like, I'm the best.
And it's just like that one where he was just so confused and mystified that she didn't want to sleep in the same bed with him, and it's like he could not comprehend that she didn't want that, and it's like
but after he had told her that he wasn't attracted to her, like, how would you not know that she doesn't want to sleep next to someone who said that about her? He's like, she drops this bomb on me. This bomb.
He's like, so confused on something that any normal person would have been able to see that.
And I think it's because he was conditioned to not have empathy for women or for just other people in general, because he was so like, his emotions should be validated, and he would talk over her and act like his emotions and his values were more important. But then when she had something to say, he was just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why you have a disagreement.
So mystified. Amanda, I can't wait for you to watch the tell-alls for this season 18, 1 through 4.
Everyone keeps talking about doing the tell-alls. Is that just like a recap of the whole season? So I don't even know what that is. Okay, which one do you want to do first? I'll let you pick.
Where the list?
The top 4 right here.
We got to start with this one because I think that
was the easiest.
Well, that's the one that we've already had discussions. We've already punched each other over.
Okay, well, we didn't necessarily go through a whole thing on it, but we were laughing about the idea of this one. So this improv idea is Paul Kingston and one of his wives.
Wait.
Do you want...
That's not the one I pointed to. The dating one.
Oh, you pointed to this. Okay, one of them is Paul Kingston, one of his wife. But we're still trying to decide if I'm going to be Paul or if you're going to be Paul.
We once did a combined live, but it was we weren't in person, right? We did a YouTube thing, and it was all about dating, and we went off on each other, man.
It was all started by who should pay the bill. And he was stating like, well, why couldn't we split the bill? And I was stating like, why would I get ready for an hour and put my $100 perfume on and my $100 makeup on? Oh shoot. Okay, we're at 20%, so we have to hurry through this.
And so just get into it then.
Yeah. So
because I pictured it like this, okay? Because like,
well, someone give a donation. Thank you.
Ooh, that's a big donation. Heck yeah! Office of Spoofed Affairs. Wow. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
That is so sweet. If anyone has any ideas, again, that are good for these for this improv, let us know. But so this improv is based off of our argument that we had live on who should split the bill.
But it's all for fun, so please don't take anything strongly. And to make that even more clear, we are swapping roles.
So I'm the man?
Yeah.
I'm the man.
Because that way, it's none of it's personal. We're not like,
Okay, so you're the girl?
Yeah. So.
Are you liking your side salad?
Oh, don't worry. I'm waiting for the big main course. I found the most expensive thing on the menu. It's going to be great.
That's great! So, I just want to get this out of the way before the bill comes.
I'm sure you do.
how are we splitting the bill?
So you're asking me or society?
I just thought that because if I picked you up and I spent the gas to come get you.
That's true. We did drive almost 2 miles. It's pretty far.
Then it's only fair that you pay for the meal.
I mean, if you picked me up in a Lamborghini, I would have considered it, but that Honda doesn't look that great at all. I was embarrassed. But
gas is gas.
I totally get you, and I would. My dog ate my wallet this morning, and so I came with just my Prada perfume. That's it. I'm sorry. They might take it. It's worth a lot of money.
Did you bring your phone?
No.
Yes, you did.
Are you sure? I don't like pull
phones
it out
have
yet.
Apple Pay. I just broke it. Luckily, okay, I'll pay the bill this time, but you're gonna have to give me next time.
Okay, it's not gonna be next time. But you betcha, you got it. Okay, for sure.
You betcha. Okay, should we swap the roles? I'm the girl, he's the man, or no?
Well, would I just say the same? What would it?
You just say my exact.
We gotta change the scene. We'll swap genders now, but now we're gonna bet. Okay, let's go get into my Honda. I'll take you home. Okay, you ready to go?
Oh, we're gonna swap.
Continue, but we're swapping roles now, right?
But that's just a drive.
No, we can talk about the day and how we didn't pay for the meal.
Okay, I'm the woman now. I'm the woman, he's the man.
Okay, so you left your wallet in your dog home, but that's okay. You just don't put your high heels back on, okay? We can just put it towards the door. Does that sound good?
We're running?
Yeah. My Honda's fast. They'll never catch us. I put a turbo in it. I'm a car guy. Don't worry.
You look like a car guy.
Thank you so much.
That wasn't a compliment.
Well, I took it as fun.
I'm just gonna walk because my house is literally right there, and this was really great. It really was, but I hope I never see you again.
Don't worry, I picked you up, so I know where you live. So I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your walk, though. They're probably gonna stop you. You can't walk as fast as my car.
End scene. I knew this was gonna happen. That we were just gonna laugh the whole time. So, okay, next one. We can't laugh. We can't laugh. Okay.
I'll try, but I'll just have to think of dead puppies or something.
Did anyone give us a scenario?
Let's see. We got. I would need like 3 death notes at this point. The pages would fill front and back. Another vote for Amanda to play Paul or Paul's wife. Oh,
okay. Should we do that one next?
Funny. Okay, we need a death note. What does that mean?
I love Death Note, the show. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but they're saying we need a death note. But anyways, Heather says I'm a car guy. We'll kick in eventually. Esco. Oh, the VTech will kick in eventually. That's a good one. Dead puppies. Oh, good luck not laughing. There's no way I can do this without laughing.
I know. We're gonna try to laugh less.
If we think of a scenario, I guess, but.
Okay, I'm Paul. You're the wife.
Okay, in what scenario? Are we going on a date in the backyard?
No, we're literally just like running into each other at church.
Okay? At church? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, ready? I'm Paul.
Oh, you're the Paul. Okay.
Oh, hey, Sally.
I'm Samantha.
Oh, that's what I said. I said Sally.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, I heard that. I'm pretty sure. I did.
It's so good to see you. How is your son, Benjamin?
Brian's doing good. He's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we just changed his name to Benjamin. He's doing good. Benjamin's great.
You didn't have a meeting with me about the name change. Why was that?
I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Okay. Well, this is why I don't come to your house a lot, Bethany, because you don't listen to me.
This is getting sad. So sorry. I'll do better next time. I promise.
Okay. Tell Billy I love
You're still
him.
coming on February the 28th, right? Next year. I planned a whole event for us. The house will be clean, I promise.
Can we do February 2030?
Okay. Whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Will you send me your address again? Because I don't think I have it in my pamphlet.
Yeah. Do you want it by text or email, or should I just Snapchat?
No, my Snapchat's only for my favorite wives, and you're obviously not one of them.
I know.
Okay. Well, I think that I'll just have you message my favorite wife this info. Is that okay?
For sure. Yeah.
All
We're
right.
pretty tight with your favorite wife.
You're not.
She told me she likes me.
She says that to everyone. Okay. Anyway, so she'll pencil you in the Billy in, and we'll get you in by 2030. Anything else that you?
Well, just don't forget Benjamin's birthday. It's coming up next week.
I thought that's what the 2030 thing was.
You're right. We'll celebrate it then.
I was thinking actually that this year we could just have one birthday for all the children collectively, and then we don't have to do anything else.
You are so smart. That's why I married you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to marry you.
I know. Who would? It's okay.
Okay, we laughed less, right? We laughed less in that one.
That was sad, though. I didn't like being a wife.
Okay.
Horrible.
You
I
want
wanted to curl up in my... Oh, man.
Now you know what it's like to be a plural wife. Just kidding. We got another donation. What is it?
AI Human Chatter is their name. That's concerning.
That's concerning.
But thanks for the donation. Anyways.
AI Human
Eskel's
Chatter.
the best wife. Poor Billy / Benjamin. Oh, man. Dude, Paul and a wife at dinner.
At dinner?
Is Eskel the favorite wife? No, he wasn't even. He didn't even remember my address.
He was barely a wife.
Damn, Amanda, you're a mean Paul.
I'm just an accurate Paul.
Oh my goodness. My name is Nicole. Oh, AI Human Chatter says my name is Nicole.
Oh.
Why is your account name AI Human Chatter? Oh, another donation. Ali Bubble. Eskel's so sweet. Aww. Thank you.
Okay, anyone who wants to have their ideas put into improv, let us know. We have 2 more ideas of our own that get a little more controversial.
Kay says Eskel obviously had a secret wedding.
Yeah, he wasn't even one of the favorites.
Oh,
he wasn't even on the. He's a sister wife. Okay, so now we have the vegan finds out that her boyfriend eats meat. Am I the girlfriend? And you're the
I want to be the meat eater. I think that'd be extra funny.
Okay, so I'm the vegan. Okay, so for context, I was a vegan for 2 years, so you can't get offended.
Wait. We should swap roles then. You already know what to say about veganism.
And you're a meat eater, so you know what to say about meat eating.
I don't defend eating meat very often.
Let's just try it and see what happens. See if we get our feet.
So we're at like dinner or something?
Yeah, okay. You order the steak.
Well, what I always do is backstory really quick. I once went on a date with the vegan, and she didn't mention she was a vegan until after we ordered, and I just happened to order the steak. And so during the conversation, she's talking about why she's a vegan and how much it matters to her and stuff. And I'm just like, she didn't notice that I ordered a steak, but they're going to be bringing out this huge steak in just a moment. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't do anything about it. But she literally had to just watch me eat a steak in front of her.
You just like tried to spoon feed her? She's like,
no. I literally, I shouldn't have cared at all, but I just ate it as fast as I could. I was just like, I am so sorry, but this is so good. I gotta eat it.
Are you sure you're a vegan?
Yeah, but the waitress brought the wrong thing. So.
We don't want to waste his carcass.
Yeah. That would be sad for the animal, right? Put so much
I'll be the vegan and you be the meat eater.
Okay, all right. Did we just order? Are we ordering right now?
No,
let's say we're about to order, right? The waitress is coming.
Okay, I'm looking at my menu.
Sweet.
Wow,
they got lots of great meat options in this menu. That's so wonderful. I'm glad we picked this one. You chose this one? Did I choose this restaurant?
You chose it. There's barely even a side salad on this menu.
Yeah, this is my favorite restaurant.
Andrew, you knew I was vegan, and I thought that you. Since when did you eat meat?
What? I didn't know vegans can eat meat. What? What is this? How do you get your protein in?
You eat. The protein is beside the fact, Andrew. This is a moral thing. So you eat pig, you eat cow. What's next? You're gonna eat a human baby? Where's the line, Dad? Why do I keep forgetting this? Daniel, Andrew, where's the line?
The line is what's on the menu, what they serve. That's what they have available.
So if I was a carcass on the menu and it was available, you would just eat that. And where's the line?
The moral compass. Eat you. Trust me, I have morals. I wouldn't eat you, sweetie.
So you would eat a dog?
In this scenario you just made up, are we in the Philippines? Where are we at in this restaurant?
Really? If you were in the Philippines for real, you would eat a dog.
Are we being for real? We're gonna get a lot of hate for this, but
okay, so now we're mad. So it's culturally, socially acceptable to eat a dog in the Philippines?
Oh, I've never been to the Philippines, but I've been told that they do eat that over there.
They will cook and eat dog?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad. It is interesting, though, that we are morally okay with eating a pig, which has the brain capacity of a 6 or 7 year old, whereas a dog only has the brain capacity of a toddler.
Who the hell are you talking to? We're at dinner table.
I'm talking to
the whole pig. So you don't want to hear your bullcrap, okay? They don't have pig on the menu. They care about pigs. The dog is only on the secret menu, so don't worry about that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna eat my salad because
they got Brussels sprouts too. I made sure they got more than one option for you.
Okay, well, you go eat your bloodshed over there and think about what you've got. While I eat my non-life killing Brussels sprouts.
Okay, I'll take 2 steaks, please.
Wow, I actually used to have these conversations a lot. I still kind of do because I have a moral compass of we're NC.
You're done? Okay, NC. I got it.
Stop looking at me like that. He's like, I do have a moral compass though of like I feel like why are we okay with eating and torturing animals but not other animals? And I really think it boils down to the fact that we have made certain animals seem more like human. If they seem more human and more like we can like empathize
but I
them.
think that's as simple as when you put your personal relevance to that animal, when you create the relationship, when you spend time with it, then it's going to mean more to you. And so
yeah, but that's if a stranger on the opposite side of the planet was being served as a meat option at a restaurant, you would never eat that, even if you had no emotional connection to that.
Yeah,
because you are human.
Because you be able to relate to you. That's like you're a human. That's
but an animal is also a living, breathing organism. So why would you?
Why is the line drawn there? Huh?
Yeah. That's a good question. Because what you just said was, well, it's your connection with that animal, but that doesn't matter with the human on all the way across the world. You would never eat another human because you have.
But why? See, then could just be because the connection is already there. When you look just like the animal that they're trying to feed you, you're probably not going to eat it. There's no way, because you can have that automatic connection to them just being the same type of mammal as that.
That's interesting.
Person, right?
That's an interesting thought. That just because you look the same, you sympathize with them more.
No, but it would go further than that. Not just looking. Because you look the same, you would assume that they think similar to you, and then you would assume that their thoughts would be similar to what your thoughts would be if you were being served up on a plate. You wouldn't like that,
Yeah.
But it's super easy to go to like. Well, I'm sure it's different for everyone, but to me, it's super easy to go to a cow. Try to have a conversation with a cow and think that cow doesn't think anything like me. I don't even.
But they could love you, maybe.
I don't know. Like that's debatable. I guess.
What is the cutoff for? Okay, you're now going to be meat that feeds me, versus not. If they can think like you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a great question. That's tough.
Who deserves life and who doesn't?
Because. I know that baby cows, like having your own little home baby cow, is getting popular. I see those videos and they're like raising this baby cow. And it's like there is no way I could ever get myself to eat that cow. You know, they're raising that they get so close to it and so cute. But it's like
if it's a stranger
I've
cow.
never seen a fish and looked at it and was like, I just can't eat it. I'm sorry. A fish seems so edible. I don't know.
So edible. Like, I'll eat it straight out of the ocean like a bear.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
It's interesting.
I have thought about this a lot, and I thought, okay, if the end of the world came, I would obviously survival mode would kick in, and I would be more willing to do things. But I think we all would. But in the society that I'm in now, and I don't have to be eating meat, and red meat's not even necessarily good for you. I hate that this turned into a debate because it was supposed to be a joke, and now I'm making it all controversial.
I was so excited for the part where the waitress was going to bring her food, and then you're going to throw it on the ground. And I was going to tell you how wasteful you were.
Oh, going to be so fun. I'm sorry.
Then the uppercut was going to come.
He was going to actually punch me.
No.
And I was going to bleed on camera.
Gotta do it for the scene, man. Sacrifice.
For the Culty crew. What are you guys saying? Sorry, I can't.
Oh my gosh, lots of chats coming in. So we got Eskel, buy me Impossible Meat, then also buy McBuggets. Oh, McNuggets or something? McBuggets? What about eggs? Yeah, eggs is an interesting one because that could go into the whole scene of what am I thinking of?
I have a belief on eggs. I would want my own chickens, and they have happy lives, and I would eat their eggs, and I would not feel guilty about it. There's a difference, though.
Why, though? Because you gave them a good life, or because the eggs have no soul?
No. Because did you know that a stressed out chicken will put carcinogens in the eggs, and then you get carcinogens, and it's actually less healthy for you. So a happier chicken. Your healthness. No, it really is karma. It's like karma, or like whatever you want to call it, energy. When you put that stress into
we only have like 10 more minutes, you guys.
But yeah, when you put that stress and that abuse into the cow, into the chicken, into the pig, then the meat and the eggs have things like carcinogens and things like it really is more beneficial for you to eat meat or eggs from a cow, chicken, whatever.
It wasn't constantly stressed.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
As well as humans, when we are stressed, we have a less quality of life. We also die sooner. Like, it's a real thing. So in all reality, having healthier animals and treating animals as better beings, we get the benefits too. Which is crazy that we're still like, I think that the meat industry there's only 5. Have you ever heard this? Tyson is one of the biggest meat industries. It's like all of the meat that you eat today is probably given to you by one of 5 different companies.
It doesn't matter what animal it is?
Yeah. It's all controlled. I don't know about fish, but it's all controlled by the same people, and they are abusing the animals at the same extent and trying to like make a quick buck. Have you ever watched those documentaries?
I have, but the thing is though, those documentaries, they're so sad because the reason why those businesses get so big is because they take all emotion out of it. It is purely a numbers game, and they're just trying to maximize the most amount of meat they can get out of it. Mm-hmm. So it gets crazy.
First live ever. I've watched every one of both of your replays, of course, but so excited. Yay! You made it to a special one. We did just talk about conditioning, and now we're doing improv. We're kind of bad at it, though, because then we just start actually seriously discussing things.
I know. But what we got to do, because I love having serious discussions after, we just got to have that scene cut, where we try to keep it going as long as we can. Okay. And then once we end the scene, we can debate over it.
Okay, how about this? This next one.
Okay,
it's going to be kind of hard not to laugh. But we got to try as much not to break character.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Until we break scene, then no matter what happens, we're still in the scene. And then we can break the scene and have a discussion after if we want.
I'm actually scared about this one because this one is the most controversial one. And we're not saying that we're pro or anti. Are you scared?
I think we just skip that. They already think that I eat dog, but just for the record, I've never eaten dog, you guys. So
okay, how about this? Me and Eskel actually have had an idea to do this on Patreon and do like a whole hour of you guys just telling us the scenes to act out.
Oh my goodness, that'd be fun.
And yeah, if you guys have a good idea for improv, let us know in the comments. We're skipping this one because we're scared that people are going to get heated in the comments.
Well, we're just worried that people won't see it as a joke. We understand most people will get it. It's a joke and it's fun and it's comedy, but we don't want to get canceled.
It's also something that I actually think we both have the same opinion on this one.
We're going to have a chat.
We're going to fight after the cameras are off.
Oh, man.
We do only have like a small percentage of battery left on here, but this has been fun. I've never done anything like this on a live, so I'm excited.
Todd had a great one.
Need to get a Patreon. Just do it, LOL. Yeah, I'll leave the Patreon link in the description box down below. We go live every Monday.
That's a good one, Todd. That would be so hilarious.
Okay, Todd says, okay, he wants us to improv Paul, the leader, for anyone who doesn't know who Paul is, the leader of the cult that we left, Paul coming forward on someone he has forgotten that he is already married to.
You know how crazy that okay, so just to put a little insight on what the order is like, that would be crazy, but I would not be shocked if that girl would be too nervous to correct him at all. Yeah. She would probably marry him twice.
Okay, so for context, if anyone doesn't know who Paul Kingston is, he has 27 wives in the order. There's no way he remembers all of his kids' names. Some of his wives are his sisters, and some of them are his nieces. And he is a whore. Just kidding. Okay, you want to be Paul or do you want me to be Paul?
I want to try being Paul because I didn't like being the wife at all, man.
Okay, you're Paul. I'm the wife.
Okay, and what scene, what scenario do I
You're coming forward. You're having a meeting with me, and I'm realizing that you're coming forward.
Okay. Well, and most coming forward is they go on a drive, right? So I'll come and pick you up.
That is true. Isn't that weird? They go on a drive to go forward on her. Okay, So you're gonna pick me up. Okay, ready? So I'm getting in the car.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was waiting. I thought you were gonna get.
Come on, Samantha, we gotta go. Hop in. Let's
what?
Go. I'm really busy. We gotta go. Close the door.
Okay. Sorry, I just thought that maybe you would get the door for me, but I remembered that you don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have a lot of time, so we're having Chick-fil-A DoorDash to my next meeting, but I have a few things I want to talk to you about. So is that okay with you?
Okay. Sweet. I thought that you talked about on last Sunday that we weren't supposed to be spending money on fast food.
Well, this is a very special occasion. Okay with you?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just need you to know how much I care about you, okay? Anyways.
You care so much that you wouldn't even get my door, though.
I don't have time for that, okay? So we're gonna go to this meeting, and I just want to let you know about this dream that I had of you and how I have been thinking about you a lot, okay? So how would you like to be married to me?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are shocked. I mean, it's a wild opportunity, but I talked to God and confirmed everything, so you don't gotta worry about it.
When did you talk to him exactly?
I just told my dream. Are you even paying attention?
Last night?
I can't repeat myself. You know how many people I have to go and propose to after
Well, I just am wondering because if God is all-knowing, then he would know everything, wouldn't he?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Then wouldn't God know that I'm pregnant?
What? I can't marry a pregnant lady.
Well, God told you, so you have to. And also, it's your baby!
We will never speak to anybody about this, okay? Got that?
Do you think that God even cares about you?
Okay, I'm late for my meeting. You can go home now.
But I have to walk from Chick-fil-A. I live in Bountiful and we're in West Valley.
It's okay. Just have one of your sister wives pick you up. There's a lot. You got a lot of them, I guess.
Name one.
Well, my favorite one's busy with me tonight, so pick someone else, okay? Anyways, I gotta go. Got a lot of meetings to get to, so hope you have a good life. Enjoy being married to me, okay?
I don't.
How dare you? Oh.
And scene. Wow.
I always get so sad, man. I keep thinking of stuff to say, but then I'm like, That's so mean, man.
Just say it. Just let me have it. Let me have it. When was the last time? Oh, let's see. Wait, are you supposed to ask Paul that? When was the last time he slept with his wife? You all are hilarious. I also love seeing you all having so much fun and living your best lives. Thank you. God has a bad memory. That would have been funny to say. Does God remember everything? Sometimes he has Alzheimer's, okay? He's been alive for eternity, okay? That's funny. You guys are funny.
I like the big reveal you did, but it would have been really funny to go longer and be like, so where's our honeymoon going to be? And we could mention that Super 8 down the street or something.
I do wonder if, I bet you some of his wives, he goes on nicer vacations than others because he just doesn't care about the others. Or some of the wives don't care to go on vacation with him.
Do you think he probably takes multiple wives on vacation at a time, right? They'll just go in one big group?
I feel like there's only a few wives that would be okay with that, and other wives that would bitch slap each other. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna. I'm scared for this too. Do you know how many people I have to go propose to? They're good at this. You guys are good at this improv.
Wait, that's what I said though. I said that.
You said you had a lot of meetings.
Well, I said a lot of meetings, and then you were like, "What? You want me to just walk home?" And I was like, "You know how many people I gotta go and propose to tonight?"
Oh, I didn't hear that part. That's pretty good.
Prego is good. They're always pregnant.
Prego. Okay. Think of your ideas if you're going to come join the Patreon. We're going to do this on Patreon. But also, I do think I'm going to do a live Sister Wives on Patreon. I figured out how I can do it so we can watch it live together and react together. Ooh. So we're in for a little treat on Patreon. So join the Patreon. And then we're also coming out with a Sister Wives reaction this week. And then if I don't see you in any of that, I'll see you next week.
Our Patreon's going to be not tonight, right?
Wednesday.
But tomorrow. Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow is the Monday one, so if you want to join me for that one, you can. But then Wednesday is the one where Rachel actually might join us.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
But thank you guys so much for joining. This one went for a while. We had a lot of fun with you guys. Please let me know if these mics are annoying or not. I'm getting a new one in the mail, but I was hoping that these ones would be a little better than what it usually is. If it's not, then I'm going to They were like $10. But thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next week for Culty Cup of Coffee 104. Thank you for putting the link to the Patreon, Emily. Yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, the link's right there. I'll also put it in the description box down below. Love you guys. Thank you for the memberships, Mark. Bye, Todd. Bye, Diane. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Kawas. Bye, Dr. Hayden. Bye, Irina. Bye, Casey. Okay.
Sweet.
Bye, everybody. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.